So to start off day 3, we went to the Helsinki Central train station, which is a very old train station. As you can see, it's been done up at the moment. Really, really good architecture. As you can see from some of the photos, it's very classical, as well as very loudly down, if you put it that way too. And then, as you can see, we looked around the square, the main train square, I suppose, where the train station is beside the train station. You can see to the election posters. They don't have election posters as we would typically have in Ireland. I thought it was really, really interesting. I knew that before I went there. But generally, they're in main squares. They're like billboards on election display, and that's really all you see. Apart from that, you wouldn't know there was an election, a European election on in Finland at all. Um, Only for the boards. In Ireland, they'll be on every pole in every part of the country. So it's very good to see them. We probably should have it the same way here, because it's better just to have it in main central locations in towns, etc., etc., instead of just having it plocked everywhere. So after looking around the square and the train station, we went for a little walk around the ships around the long side of Helsinki, looking at the ships, different boats, the sea, etc., etc., just looking at different things. So that's what these photos are of. So after our walk, we went over to the main market square, I suppose we call it, in Helsinki, where the presidential palace is, where the market hall is, where the markets are. Basically, the main area really of the city. We've seen the presidential palace, we've seen the presidential guard's house, where there's always a guard standing, not like the Buckingham Palace or anything, that's just wooden guard. They're in uniform, etc., etc., which was really, really cool. So as you can see from this footage here, we went on the Skyway, which is like the London Eye, basically. If anybody's ever been to London, they would know. Basically, you could see all around the city, so it was really, really cool. So I think this footage speaks for itself. After that, we went to the Flying Cinema. Now, there's 2 shows you can see in the Flying Cinema. I didn't get to take much footage, so we just probably have to rob a few photos from the internet just to show you. Because obviously, it's moving chairs, basically. You're flying really through the air. It's not like an only cinema. Now, it's very well done. Particularly the one I would recommend is the Helsinki one. There's 2 ones, the Helsinki one and the Finland one. I really enjoyed the Helsinki one. It was really, really good. It was really entertaining compared to the Finland one. But the Finland one was good in its own way too. But the Helsinki one was really the best. Now I know a lot of people say it's expensive, etc., etc. It's €23 for the 2, and it's only like 10 minutes each. I know people say it's expensive, but it's well worth. The Helsinki one particularly is well worth. But again, the Finland one is well worth too. But I think if we watch the best one first, and that's really what seeing the D, I suppose. But it was really, really good. It was really something unique I never experienced before. It's not like your only cinema, as I say. So if you ever in Helsinki, do recommend to watch it. Again, it might be a bit pricey, but I would still recommend it. So we went down to see some of the icebreakers which they use during the winter. Obviously, as you know, the winter can be very hard in Finland because obviously, basically, nearly in the North Pole, basically. So obviously the sea, as you can see, or the sea, freezes in the winter. It's completely frozen. You can't go through it. So you need big, huge ships that can break the ice. So that's what they're called, icebreakers. As you can see in the logos too, the front of the ships are very interesting too. The Finnish state logo. So really, really unique ships, and as you can see, they're very, very tough. They can break through ice. Really needed, especially in Finland. We wouldn't see a thing like that in Ireland. It's the first time I've ever seen an icebreaker in my life. Very rare. You wouldn't see them much around the Western world, like Ireland and the United Kingdom, etc., etc. Because obviously the Atlantic Ocean doesn't freeze. The Baltic Sea freezes around Finland because it's that cold. So we went down to see some of the icebreakers which they use during the winter. Obviously, as you know, the winter can be very hard in Finland because obviously, basically, nearly in the North Pole, basically. So obviously the sea, as you can see, or the sea, freezes in the winter. It's completely frozen. You can't go through it. So you need big, huge ships that can break the ice. So that's what they're called, icebreakers. As you can see in the logos too, the front of the ships are very interesting too. The Finnish state logo. So really, really unique ships. And as you can see, they're very, very tough. They can break through ice. Really needed, especially in Finland. We wouldn't see a thing like that in Ireland. It's the first time I've ever seen an icebreaker in my life. Very rare. You wouldn't see them much around the Western world, like Ireland and the United Kingdom, etc., etc. Because obviously the Atlantic Ocean doesn't freeze. The Baltic Sea freezes around Finland because it's that cold. So as you can see in this clip here of the Mannerheim statue, and obviously Mannerheim was voted the most important Finn ever. Obviously being a former president, Grand Marshal of Finland, etc., etc., during the Winter War, the Civil War in Finland, Finland's independence, etc., etc. Huge role in them, and obviously being a former president of Finland too. Like even just so much I could say about Mannerheim, etc. So it's like our Michael Collins in Ireland. But yeah, very interesting person, very significant to Finnish history, of course.
Ja ne lennot on silleen, niin niitä ei pysty vaihtamaan.
So something just to note too, you can see in this photo here, people respect their personal space in Finland, as you know. People stand a long distance away from each other, as you can see from this clip, well not clip, but photo here. It's the same across Finland too. It's the same when I was talking to people, etc., etc. You respect their personal space, and it's a good thing.